Great. Class, welcome to the second day of Winter School. Thank you for coming. We'll have a brief warm-up and a roll round, and then the first class will be Sensei John Kingsbury.
Let's look at level form. So two hands, okay? So basically, call it second form, because each side is second form, okay? So we're just going to step off the line, pick a wrist, through. Just come off the line. So when we come off, rather than going like this big step, we come off and we raise here. Now we'll take a small step and turn, okay? So we're raising. Okay? From here, we're not going.
No.
We've carried on with that before, so we're going to go, guys. So from here, break, here. Okay, so we're just going to come back, pick a side. Usually the best one is the one that's got the foot forward. And we're just doing this like we do the second form. Line. After that, so just coming back, breaking the slightly different again this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back and up. Okay? And then to the release. Now when you've made your ribby entrance, make sure you're not here. Because go strong anyway. That's going to be a real battle, yeah? So I'm going to be here. So I'm only towards the bottom. Yeah? So we're looking to affect his third point. So I'm right behind him where he's weak. Yeah? Arm engaged. Again, the front foot is ideal. It doesn't have to be. You just need to make it move. Okay. So I do the other foot. After that, this time we're going up that way. Be aware of the elbow. Be aware of this elbow. Right, too much here. Move it straight into the elbow. So I'm up here. And you just go straight over this arm here. Up, down, right. Okay. So we're just going to pick a side. Keep your hands in front of you. Up, back, right. Or I can come here, here. So very much like Aikido, sorry. Okay, try both options. Everyone okay with that? Yeah. If you're going to do this one, this hand, take it nice and low to the floor. Okay? Try not to do this. Yeah? Here, this hand down. Okay? Hands, tenchi. So again, doesn't really matter, but the distance forward is much more easy to just break the balance here. Okay. So this is coming up the middle. This is coming out. Okay. Okay. So this one in the middle, this one out to the point. So, happy with that? Thank you. Cheers, Mike. Sorry, what? Right. Thank you very much.
We're going to do 13 full. So, the basic version, which I'm just going to show you. Keep your elbows close to the body, and then raise on, got the centre, so that my centre is now below my hooky centre. Then move, and then make a technique. But if you do that principle in mind, we're going to do kin and nagari. So Fernando will come and attack me like that. Okay, once more please. So I'm going to move in. The important thing is not let your elbows separate from your body. Make sure your centre, when he makes the connection, is connected to his centre. Up. Okay. He's going up. Coming down. Number 2, bottom. Support. Last one. Raise. Extend. And then just like, before you get back, hold it. Maybe a bit too late. Ready to go? Okay. Not too much there, because he will never get to the position you want him to reach. Okay? So, that's good enough. Using your centre, okay, make sure that he thinks he can get to that. Free, and you do this Don't take it too hard. Keep it very close. Operate in the centre. These are only levers. That's the engine. Please try. Is not to rush. I can only move as fast as Fernando can allow me. Otherwise, if I suddenly try and move, either we never have that connection, or I'm dragging him behind me, which you're not supposed to do. So, you've got to control your attack. So make sure you gauge the speed you move. This time, let him grab, draw him out, and enter. Make the ribbon, follow on. One of the things I noticed is when the attack comes, there is very little movement until Ian wants to push. If I let it go behind me, I've got difficulty. Okay? So I need to keep that in front of me. This is my space. Okay? Just keep it in front. Always in front. Okay? We're going to jump straight to Aikido. Great. Then in front. There. It goes now behind. My center needs to go behind. And then once you're in the right position, don't try and go too soon, and then you'll be dragging your feet behind. Okay? Good stuff. This is a more direct one, rather than going through the Aikido. So, this is where let's take the grip at that point. There, the rest is the same. Cut, one thing. Shot. This way.
solid basic. So, when it's solid basic, you pretty much as a golden rule, you've got to make a video to get the position. So here, so another golden rule, your hard bits is soft bits. You need to make it real. See if you do it at one hand. We talked about yesterday, that's his initial attack. But if I go like that hand straight hit me. So when we come in here, it's important that hand comes up here, because you can take it off and try and punch me now, which is what I was wanting to do. So it's kind of like the old strategy thing covered. And Aikido is pretty unique, because remember, the guys we did a whole series, the two-handed strikes. So you use both hands to make the strike. So Aikido, that's pretty unique. Striking like that. Part of strategy. So your hard bits, his soft bits. This hand comes up. Now rather than hold up, rather than force it off, I just make that your extension, it comes off. And you can hold on to that hand if you want. So when it's flexible, we don't have to make the entry. But we've got the same position. Now, if I'm going to step across to that side, make sure that we put that out there. Well, there's no point in doing that. I hate to use this sort of leading, but that kind of is. So he's going here, and continually keeping up. I don't know, but I don't want to go like that. Because you really do that. So it's just enough. Yeah. Much easier than it's doing. So if you get salt, that's easy. So even when we go back and do it, I can mind the way I saw stuff when I started Aikido was kind of different now. And there was one technique that we did from, well, it was first called Aikido. It really explains something that we shouldn't do. So, see, if I just go back, I'm going back, but I'm actually looking at, I haven't gained any advantage whatsoever. So, because you're going to punch me in the face. So when we go back in Aikido, we also let it. So I can go back here. I can also let it. That can still go back. So the minute we take that area out of Aikido, we're able to move, but we've moved and done nothing again. when this comes here, I'm going back, but look, I'm making. Because if I just go back, so there has to be this bit angle thing. That's almost the premise of Aikido, so it has to be empty, and then you go back. And we've got this shape too. But we're going to do something different. Something that I've never done before. We're going to do ski, but solid different. So, bear with me. So, I think we've just got to let them make the ski. Like what we're doing with this. So, we're going to do it. So, we've got an option. I can go to that side or that side, because it's a straight tack. Yeah. But circular, kind of different, and you need to go to this side. It would be easier to go that side. So we're going to do it this way. Solid, he's going to push, and we're going to first do this. So we're going to move, we're going to turn our hips, we're going to pick up that, and we're going to go close to this one. For me, I'll bend back on this side of your punch. This is the elbow coming back. So even if I leave it as late as I can and I move here, I thought I did a bit better than that. But what you see, the danger with a straight path, if you move to the side of it, it's quite easy to get hit. And even if you miss that, you stick to your arm, man. So, the way that I think we deal with it is the answers in the weakness. The answer's always in the weakness. Yeah, for me it is. So, see, there's two ways I can do this. I can go to the side and see this. Or stand on the ground. And he moves on the side. But either way, I came off the line. But he's moved off the line. And for me, that's okay. Because it's not violating that principle. Because we need to move off the line like that. Or we need to move them off the line. And that's my justification. So if I'm getting a straight attack, all I've got to do is hold my breath. So actually, slow motion, he's right offline. That's okay. What I see getting done is this. People get with it. So as long as he goes up the left side, so more traditional. Online. He goes up the line. Left point. Oh, we shot that. back. Back like that. I get punched in the face. That might not be a big one because my arms are full extension. But that's not really what it's about. It's about getting you in the position. Control it, you go here. So, right here. And the good way of thinking about it is you can touch the reverse. Conveniently, get the elbow over. And you can touch and get it. This is slightly, I feel slightly more safer on this side because the hip's taking you away from it. So, we'll do it with killing the guy. Just go demonstration. Because when you see it fast, you like this everything. And he can come as hard and fast as he wants. I'm only telling him what I'm punch with. So we can just go straight to the key in the valley, but what you can do is this. You need to, you just happen that quick. Yeah, see, I'm already covering up with that hand. But when it happens fast, it's difficult to see these things. Because I'm going back, look, it's already covered. But if I go like this, because I took that guard away, because we've got to think like this. We've got to think like this. All techniques open up, so I'll have a shot at that. Try every number of Well, we're going to do technique first and then we're just going to demonstrate it. That's all it is. So it looks a bit, how's he entering on that side? So we'll do solid basic. Yep. Yep. So technique, see, he's already turning and going backwards. And that was too cut, right? And I get all my techniques on the inside of the back. Coming up.
Right? So I wanted to start with, just to get us thinking about stuff, Morocco W hold. Now this is an exercise for centralisation. What he should be able to do, what you should be able to do is push. It's that. That's what I've got to prevent. So that's the first practice point. Only push it up. Then step off the line. Drop the elbow in the direction that he's pointing. Drop, elbow, close the armpit. Straight up through the centre. Do you see that try?
Shiro Rio category, a Rimanagi from Kihon and Kinonagari.
Shiro Rio category, so that's shoulders.
From behind. A Rimanagi, static and Kinonagari.
Okay.
But don't pick me.
Whenever we do any of these exercises, forms where someone's standing behind you, I want you to imagine that either side of your opponent there's a doorway. And it's these doorways that we want to go into. Generally speaking, Rimanagi is one of the techniques that's almost impossible. And we try and do every single technique in every form. And it's not always good. However, it doesn't stop us from having a look, because there's always a way. So the first thing I'm going to do is to move either side of my opponent. Now what we've been working on recently is this idea of this step. He can't stop me from bringing my feet together, which gives me the opportunity to move into the side of the doorway. Going to this side, step again, turn. Another way might be step, turn. Take it. And then step, turn. So you're wanting to try and find gaps and spaces where you can bring it back to a sensible point. Close, turn. It might work, it might not. Give it a try. Throw through their body and be a hip throw. But the essence of a rimmy is to enter. So we could change, probably clutching the straws here, but this is another nagi throw where you enter behind, knees forward, throw out. If you don't like that breakthrough, what you can do is just sink down. Right, take it gently, don't have to throw people around if you don't want to. But the technique for this, is to these fingers behind the knee, bring them forward. Right? The entering part is my hips going past his. Loosely could be turned over. Alright? You gonna try? So what's the best way? What you're looking to do here is as you turn around to take that shoulder, you want to connect with his elbow. Then round, make a big shape. Centralise. Alright. Take your time with these because the answer really is in the shape that you make. So this is as big as you want it to be, so that you can create gaps in space between. Right? Right.
Name for this, that's the one from behind where there's a handout.
16 stalls, yeah.
Any projections?
Any projections?
Go with Shirai going up, yeah.
Remember about the doors I was telling you about? Now, because I want this one, this is the one I've got to move. Not necessarily, you can take both hands, but, sorry, I'm taking it wrong. This is the hand one, that's right. So, one way you can move is by going in this direction. Yeah. The clue is the fact that there's a little gap here, and that's what I want to go through. So, moving my body, feet side by side, brings my hip to my hand, not the other way around. Then as I step, body all the way through to find the shield knee. Okay? From solid. Will you give that a try?
Not your first really, yeah.
What does that in your mind when you attack? What I'm trying to do when I'm attacking this person is I'm putting this hand out the way, so I'm going to pull it and do that. That's the attack. We don't ever cover this. We tend to do it a lot more basic. And basic is good because we learn how to move. But every now and then you want to try this out if you want to find the heart of the technique. So when we're looking at this attack, what I don't want to do is stand there and allow that to happen. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move away from his attack. But I'm only going to do it within the confines of the space of my hips. So as he comes here, I step. That gives me a valuable piece of time, but also it messes with his end desire to get to my throat because it's changed. His intent is still there, so if I stand here, having done this movement, that's what's going to happen, alright? So once we move that way, we then move the opposite way. So he doesn't get a chance to get hold. And this movement is as small as that to that. All you've got to do is put the bits that I'm doing on top up here with that. Alright, so very slowly, there, up, there, move. Step, step. Okay? Right. Yeah.
Pause where you got to
You're coming down. Waza is change technique, and Kanchi Waza are counter techniques. If you do the technique correctly, there are no counters. So we use the counters to find out where the weakness of your technique are. Change technique is when the technique might go wrong, and you need to find another one straight away. Or it might just be that you want to show off. You've thrown them down once, you haven't had enough fun, so you pick them up and throw them again, and then you pick them up and throw them again. What we'll do is we'll do a change technique, one that we always used to do, and we'll take it from basic, so it's nice and simple, hopefully. Now this is all about keeping connection with your opponent. As I've got the shin hand on, I let him get up, so go back. I let him get up, go up, let him back. Please. All about great connection, this. Shinaki Kogashi into a room. So we've got Senkyo, and he decides that I've got a very good, strong Senkyo, so he goes to get out of it. So you change to whatever you feel presents itself. In this instance, as he's getting out, he gives the Ikkyo. So I go with that, within this concept. Okay? Do that right. Again, countering a bad technique. So, John's going to have calculation on me. And at the point where the calculation goes on, I'll find the object. This can only work because he's not doing it correctly. As he comes around, so I'm jumping out the lanes. Right? Have a go at that and I'll show you how to stop that. So the best way to prevent that from happening, there's two options for you. The first option is when you take a Daishi, twist the wrist. If I'm doing this, the elbow comes up. If the arm gets a shot, he hasn't got the opportunity to put the elbow on. The second way of preventing it is your body position, the way you throw. Kotogaishi is a wrist twist, but it's also a body throw. So if you look at the direction of Kotogaishi, I'm coming out at a 45-degree angle, and then I step back and turn. He's got no opportunity to get that Yonkyo on because he hasn't got time. Now, it doesn't have to be trash can walk like that. We can do the same thing, nice and gentle, but the premise is always applicable. As I step back, I turn. So he has no opportunity to get that. Does that make sense? Have a quick go at that, then we'll stop for lunch. So we're going to do these the way I showed you, which is solid flexible and kin and nagari. So we're going to actually flow with these. This is sword shaped. It's not a sword. It's not a killing weapon. Yes, you can kill somebody with this because it's a long hook, but we do Aikido so that we can improve our hand technique. And one thing, the main things I'm going to be looking at here: distance, correctness of distance, and timing. Timing is absolutely right. John, come on, thanks. So, first we're going to action. We're going to do this in way of solid. So it's important that you have correct distance. You're not too close. So, I want to attack him. So I close up, I bring my back foot to my knee foot, like so. He comes in and does a gut cut. Now I stay there so that he can get the right distance for the skin. What I don't want people doing is this. This is bad posture. So have a look at that. Right, close up, he comes forward, then close that side. To avoid the touch, I would return my posture and cut. Notice I've closed up again. He now comes round, attack the head, I raise up, through my centre, step back. He then defends, comes across, and attacks again. Correct the distance, step back. Would you like to give that a try? What you've got here is a connection. So my downward cut finishes on his upward cut. And hopefully I can demonstrate that to you now. So immediately I lift the bottom. If I don't move back, that's what's going to happen. Okay? So I only need to miss it by a small margin. Now, feet are together. He comes round to attack. I open on the downward cut, so we finish together. And then as he goes around, feet are together again. What we're looking for is some sort of power in the cut, but not strength. So you notice that feet come together prior to the final coup de barre. I'm forward and attacking, right? Yeah. At the point where I actually live, he beats me to it, I have to go back. If you're going forward and attacking like this, what's happening with your body? You're lifting this foot up, and the only way you can lift that up is by putting the weight on the back foot. So by coming forwards, you make a big step. So I'm kind of unbalanced during that attack. And as I don't have connection with the floor, I don't have enough power in the cut. So moving from your centre with the feet close together, much more purchase through the floor. So every now and then there's a small pause, and then we put that in to Kin Nagara. So we do this continuous. And it doesn't matter how fast he is, because I will watch what he's doing. Straight, straight. And when this foot comes into play, a little bit of weight on the side. Just enough to mess with his posture. Does that make sense? Now. So you want to arrive at the same time he arrives at you. There is an element of letting the dog see the rabbit. If I move too soon, he'll be able to follow, which I don't. I want him to commit to the attack. So the timing is as soon as he, let's do the first bit, I'll shut up. Right, so from here, as soon as he Renzukos, the next thing is going to be a straight cut. He's committed to that attack. So he can't deviate. Once he's on his way, I can make any difference. Alright, that's what we're looking for, timing. Please give it a nice space. We don't want to go mad just yet. This is why it isn't a good idea to do really quick technique from day one. You have to build up because it goes wrong. So, on the transition, where he's crossing over, I want to get to him before he gets his back foot aligned with his front foot. That's too late. So I want to be, I want to be looking for his forearm, so the feet come together and I should arrive, and then as I step forward, I see I'm not in my arms, my body is doing it. So what's happening now is my feet are coming together at the moment he starts to Renzuko. Feet together, then I push forward as he's coming round. So I'm using his round force against him. Does that make sense? So you feel it. Yeah, do you want it from this angle? Yeah. So, John moves away first, I move away second, but I don't do this. It's what I'm used to do. All I need to do is that gives us enough space. He returns his ski online, and I return mine, but slightly offline, only straight. And then this weight on the side. So if he was to drop his bokken now, my bokken doesn't move. I'm not doing this. I'm applying pressure through from my centre. So if he releases that stays where it is. Now he comes underneath and skis. I collect my posture and then step back and ski forwards. So although my foot is going back, my intention is to go towards him to set his bokken offline. And he Renzukos. I collect. They don't always make martial sets, but they're not meant to. We're not fighting. What we're doing is we're looking at principles that using this gives us. And in particular, where we're doing this, now close, open, and I can chop. That movement alone. If we look at something like Tenchinagi, I don't need to go and whack it. I can. Nothing stopping me from doing that, and it gives me the greatest delight because I'm looking to break this collar. But when you can get the same result, which is effectively him on the floor, by this idea of weight on the side, that's where it's applied. If we look at the end of a Rimanagi, this comes through my body now. I don't need to whack in the floor. So, we go to flexible. Does that all start to So, close, open, close, open. Go back on this ski, you move forwards, not like so. This is so that if our bottoms were together, as I'm pushing out, I'm actually promoting his Renzuka. So I'm controlling it even from that ski. So you want to be on the centre. That's now coming off, right? But I'm on one because this is now parallel with the floor, and his only opportunity comes now is the vertical. Okay? Yes. Solid. This is where it gets difficult doing this solid, because I have to take myself off the end of his block. And land him back here. And what we want to be, where we were like this on number one and facing, we're now in the Shihanagi direction. But again, with this idea of stabilize. Can you see it again? Yeah. Looks a bit clumsy, but they come through when we do this in the way of it. Just get happy with that? One more. Let's do it. So, hang on. If this connection is wrong at the beginning, the whole thing will be wrong. I'll get it in there. He's going to come out and stop, feet side by side. What we're looking to do is get up here with this bottom. So what you do is you turn this hand, bring the feet together, and get into position. He continues his cut, and basically goes around it. So there's a stillness to your body movement. contact, bring your body up behind it and the hand, and you're getting underneath, feet together, look, and conquer down. As he cuts, he goes down. He almost throws himself. No movement here at all. Once it's in position, it stays there. Make sense? Please give it a try. Notice the stillness in my body. I haven't done anything with my arms except put them in front of me. Right? That's what we're missing a little bit. Some of us are doing stuff up here. The bottom's not over there, the bottom's here. Do that again. He's cutting, but as he's cutting, moving very slightly. It's the stuff you don't see that's important. Right. You're just trying to finish where your couple have gone. It doesn't go half-hearted. He's going to come full force. And this is a gift. If you've got this correct, this little hole, it's beautiful. Let's have a look. See if I'm Madam Oliver. Why do you always have to get that very close?
Let's get it all the way back in.
Look what happened. Have a go. Don't get zipped in. Those of you who haven't seen this, just for the last maybe 10-15 minutes of fun. So if somebody would like to come out and throw my dice for me, don't all rush away. Right, Bob and Joe. Your choice.
Definitely not handful. Joe.
Joe. What do you see in Joe? You're going to make something up. Turn hand go basic. Stillness in the body when you throw. Okay? Groups, please.
We'll start with, and you'll keep over. It's become difficult for me. It's amazing.
When you've all had to go, sit down so I know you're done. Mu is the empty part of Kimsugi. And they talk about having an empty mind. It's impossible. Your mind works all the time, even when you're asleep. But what they're referring to is not having a preconceived idea of where you're going to go. And this is a level of Aikido which I think puts us into another level. I'm going to try and demonstrate this. I don't know very well, but let's go. So first of all, you've got something standing in front of you, and you know they're aggressive. You know something's going to kick off. What you don't know is what they're going to do. Because out there, you don't say, oh, my wrist, or attack me here. That's not going to happen. So, you have to have this stay at time, you need to have this feeling of serenity, almost, calmness. And the way to get it is to centre yourself in whichever posture you want, but I would advise bring your feet together, because that way you can move. It doesn't matter what he does, I'll get out of the way. Don't have to do a throw. Just don't be there. Don't be that target. And use what we've been looking at during this weekend's course. The attack will show itself in a part of the body. So if you look dead into someone's eyes, you can take in their shoulder area. And that's 9 times out of 10 where the attack is going to come from. Not all the time in the world. There are. And have a little go. I'll show you some invisible Aikido. See if you can see what technique this is. Coordination. Now, ready to throw me? I think the spirit on the mat this weekend has been magical. I've enjoyed every class that I've seen. I think the teaching from the senior guys, sound as a pound. We're going in the right direction, people, I think, and I can't wait for the next one. So, ready? Class.